On Monday, October 31, 2022, the Indiana State Police and Carroll County authorities held a press conference to announce they'd finally arrested someone for the nearly 6-year-old murders of 2 teenagers in Delphi, Indiana. For days, there had been rabid speculation that a suspect in the murders, 50-year-old Richard M. Allen, had been arrested. But the press conference did little to clear up how Indiana authorities had tied Allen to the February 13, 2017 killings of 13-year-old Abigail Abby Williams and her 14-year-old friend, Liberty Libby German. Carroll County prosecutor Nicholas McClelland refused to say when Allen became a suspect or even if Allen knew the 2 teens, according to ABC News. Grunge spoke with Jamie White, a criminal defense attorney from White Law PLLC based in Michigan, on why authorities are playing the investigation so close to the vest.
And we will not jeopardize its integrity by releasing or discussing documents or information before the appropriate time.
Criminal defense attorney Jamie White of White Law PLLC tells Grunge he feels the prosecutors and law enforcement are afraid that revealing too much information too soon could derail their continued pursuit of evidence in the case. He posited, "I believe investigators are being extraordinarily cautious to avoid contaminating the public sphere with information that could interfere with the presumed ongoing investigation." In this case, the authorities have had the courts step in and seal Allen's arrest documents, including the probable cause report, which is typically publicly available and describes the evidence tying a suspect to a crime. At the news conference, McClelland said that the information would be released at some point, but not immediately.
Per the court order, we cannot talk about the evidence that's in the probable cause or the evidence that's in the charging information.
During the investigation into the Delphi murders, the police received more than 70,000 tips from the public since 2017. Investigators credited the tips with helping to move the case along. ISP Superintendent Doug Carter told ABC News, "The eyes of America were on this." During the press conference, Carroll County Sheriff Tobe Lesenby thanked the public for the tips they provided in the case. Attorney Jamie White believes this was another reason the authorities have been so reticent to release information. White told Grunge, "It appears from the press conference the public was instrumental in the arrest. Getting the suspect off the streets was priority 1, but it is likely the information provided by members of the public is still being processed. Therefore, releasing details of the investigation serves no good purpose at this point in time. There will be a public court hearing soon to determine when the probable cause report could be unsealed. This would at least provide a little background on how police zeroed in on Allen as the alleged killer. When police found the bodies of Abby Williams and Libby German on February 14, 2017, the teens' bodies had lost a lot of blood and had been, according to authorities, moved and staged. They'd gone for a hike on the Monon High Bridge Trail the previous afternoon when they went missing. The murders were shocking enough to the small, close-knit community of Delphi, but the fact that the alleged killer may have been living among them the entire time was even more so." Libby German's grandfather, Mike Patty, told ABC News, "How can somebody do that and then just go on living life like nothing happened?"
You can never judge a book by its cover.
Richard Allen, who has pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of murder and is being held without bond, lived near where investigators found the teens' bodies and worked as a pharmacy technician at CVS. He had been living in Delphi since at least 2006. It seems the Indiana State Police had long suspected the murderer was a local, with ISP Superintendent Doug Carter delivering a message directly to the killer in a 2019 news conference.
We believe you are hiding in plain sight.
Richard Allen will be back in court in January.